Hey YouTube, how you doing? I am back to do another video for you guys. Hey, y'all gonna have to excuse this video. It's kind of gonna be a little shaky, a little white balance because I'm doing it from my iPhone today. Honey's at work with his MacBook. My iPad is dead, but I did want to get this out for you guys, so just bear with me. It is Married at First Sight first year, and let's get to it. So the episode starts off, it is Doug's birthday. Jamie has her little diary cam and she's going through the house. She wakes him up. It's happy birthday. Wake up, all that great jazz. They end up going out to dinner and she buys him lingerie. He's happy that she's kind of come out of her comfort zone from where she was in the beginning. But of course, Jamie still has baby fever. So then they go on to Jason and Courtney. Usually I can't remember Jason's name. Today is Courtney. But yeah, they move on to Jason and Courtney, and they're talking. She finally decides to tell him what's going on with her job, that she's going to be losing it. She has to train her replacement. That's kind of make us new blood. Kind of like what from what she's saying when she did the show, kind of damaged her job as an office manager. But he seems okay with it. He's like, come on, let's just go out to dinner. They go out to dinner. You can tell that it's really, really awkward. It's bothering him. And that is where we left off at the first segment. So when it returns, they're back on Doug and Jamie. And they are sitting there talking about finances and trying to get things together. We need to save so we can have a baby Hayner. And she is really really on this baby fever, really. And I can understand how Doug is getting frustrated, because I'm getting a little frustrated. I mean, I've only been married a little bit over 6 months, and when you first got married you couldn't stand the guy. Now you love him to death and you ready to start a family. I mean, and he said that he just started his job a month before he got married, and you know, he just felt like they need time. He can't really express that to Jamie, which is kind of part of the problem, but you know, this is crazy. Then they move back on to Jason and Courtney. Jason has gotten home. They're in a new apartment too, and somehow they forgot to request the gas to be moved, so it's freezing in there. He got home, he had to iron his stuff, he's trying to study, you know. He feels like, you know, his wheels are just turning, but he knows something has to change because, you know, they're just not in a good place right now. They also featured Monet. Monet is with her friend Clay, and he set her up on a blind date, so she's going to go on this blind date. They come back and they show her at the blind date with this guy. I think his name is Garrett. Don't quote me on that. And they seem to be connecting pretty well. You know, she's really scared because, you know, this is going back into the dating world, and it didn't kind of work out the first place. That's why she tried the experiment. The marriage and experiment didn't work out, so she's a little nervous and she's a little scared. But they seem to be doing very well on this date. So let's see what else happens. He meets up with Doug's parents, and Doug to plan Doug a surprise party because she wants to do something special to him, special for him for his birthday. Y'all, please forgive me. So they're in the store and they're kind of shopping around, and it's important to her that she gets close to his parents because that's what married people do, basically. They go back to Courtney and Jason. Jason gets even off at the fire academy, and he decides to go out with his friends. Courtney's friend comes over and she starts boo-hoo crying to him, how she misses her husband, and you know, he decided to go out with his friends when she really felt that he should stay there with her because they don't see each other. You know, they need things done in the apartment. You know, she was just really having an emotional time. She felt like she gave up a lot of herself for this relationship, and she feels really lonely. And these are things that she should be expressing to Jason, which her friend also told her. Jason is out with his buddies, and he was like, you know, it feels good to be out. You know, I don't really see my wife a lot. He was like, well, one of his friends, he was saying, well, you should probably not be here with us. You should be with him. And he was like, yeah, I know, but I just, you know, wanted to get out, blah, blah, blah. And they were talking about his situation and how it's hard to maintain a marriage, especially in that type of thing, but you have to find the time. Basically, they both need to rework it where they can spend time with each other, and they need to communicate a little bit more, in my opinion. Okay, so we go back, and they are Jason and Courtney. Jason comes home and they were talking about that they needed a couch, and so she said she emailed herself some. Anyway, that's minor details. But what happened was that they did exactly what their friends told them to do. They said they talked. She talked about how she felt like she didn't do anything for herself. He was like, he felt she didn't understand. He was like, he'd never want her to give up everything, and that she should, you know, that's not what this marriage was about, basically. So then they skip along to Doug and Jamie. They are sitting there talking because Doug had been ordained as a minister to marry one of his friends, so now he's got his first baptism, and they're going over his speech, and he's like, I need to practice. You want me to baptize you or baptize the dog? They baptized the dog. He said the lady had been acting so much better since he did that, so maybe he has a knack with baptizing the dog. It's crazy. They come back, and Doug is going out to go do the baptism. He thought Jamie was going to go with him, but she was like, no, I didn't know you had planned on me to go, because she had a surprise party coming up. So everybody comes in. They decorate. There we go. They decorate for his surprise party, and he goes and does the baptism. He tells him he's a little sad that he's not there, but he does really well. He's coming home. He takes off his shoes and, talking to her, and he's going upstairs, and he realized that they are having a surprise party for him. So Doug and Jamie seem to be falling into married life pretty well. So like I said, Doug and Jamie seem to be falling into married life very well, all except the fact that Jamie has baby fever. So we move back to Courtney and Jason, and they found out that Dr. Pepper was in town, and Courtney reached out to them because she didn't want their disconnect to continue, because she really wants this marriage to work. One thing I do admire about this couple, even though they go through the things that they go through, they really, really try to make this work and to be a real marriage and not just something that they're doing for TV, in my opinion. But Dr. Pepper comes over, and she talks to them. They tell them the problems that we're seeing, that they need to kind of make time for each other, do things, put the spark back into their relationship. It's hard enough with everyday life, but you don't need these type of things. You definitely need communication. You definitely need to work everything back out. So Dr. Pepper leaves, and Courtney comes up with this paint party at home, and they're painting blindfolded, and it's a big old mess. And then they start putting paint on each other, and then he picks her up, and this boy is forever hitting this girl head against the door, but they're going to take a shower. So it looks like they've rekindled their relationship, and that is pretty much the end of the episode. I am really excited about this journey. You get to see the ups and downs of marriage so far. You get to see Monet right now trying to get back into the swing of things. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next review or the next video.